welcome to the first episode of the ATAS podcast. ATAS actually stands for Aaron Teo and Arjun Sasangan. So I'm Aaron.
And I'm Arjun.
Yeah, so this has been a pet project we've been working on for quite some time lah. What this podcast aims to achieve, right, is we want to discuss, issues surrounding young adults, everything under the sun lah, basically, be it finance or filial piety and stuff. We just want to have a honest chat because we found that we bounce ideas off each other very well. And in addition to that, what we would like to achieve is we want to get a guest speaker on every week or every 2 weeks so that we can actually get new insights, new experiences from them lah. So without further ado, let me introduce our first speaker for the week. Angeline. Hi, Angeline. Can you hear us?
Hi, Angeline.
Yes. Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Angeline, can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Okay. So I'm Angeline. 25 this year. Currently working as a salesperson in the healthcare industry. Yeah.
Oh, a salesperson in the healthcare industry.
Yes.
You sell insurance,
No, but we sell implants instead.
Oh.
Not breast implants, right?
We do have breast implants as well. Just that the field that I'm in, I don't sell breast implants. But yes, we do have it.
Oh, okay.
So more specifically, what kind of implants do you sell?
So it's more for like joints implants, right? So to put it in layman terms, more of like metals in the body, if that is easier to understand. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. I think that's easy for listeners to understand lah.
Correct.
Definitely.
And I think that's
okay.
like very cool also because like as in I usually thought that the hospitals have their own implants and everything. Yeah, but actually, apparently they have to buy it from others. So is there like competition and like do you have to,
it's a very competitive industry, and it's also something very new to me because if I wasn't exposed to all these things, I wouldn't know that there's actually such a role, there's actually such a thing.
Yeah.
So very competitive. Quite a few companies that that have all these offerings. Yeah.
So if let's say touch wood, I have to get my implants or whatever, should I like ask the doctor like what brand am I gonna get or like?
No, because usually the doctor or the surgeon already sort of like have their preference to go with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, correct.
So the doctors will make the choice for us, lah.
And yeah, correct. They usually, in my settings, wouldn't ask like which company do you want, because by right most of the patients wouldn't know that much as well, unless the patient is very well knows the knows the healthcare industry very very well. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah. So the whole what you say about not knowing all these side of the job, right, is actually quite relevant to today's episode lah. So what today's episode actually what we want to discuss is reality versus expectations. So especially with regards to your first job. So what do you for starters, right, Angie, can you tell us like maybe what you studied in school? And then what did you end up doing with your first job? I mean, this healthcare salesperson. Yeah.
Okay, so back in school, I studied a lot about marketing, IT marketing in poly. Then in university, I did just a very broad topic marketing, which involves like digital marketing, advertising campaigns, PR, all this sort of things. So it's, I would say, very very different from whatever that I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Okay. So that goes to you, Arjun. So what did you study and what do you end up doing as your first job?
Like for me, I did aerospace technology in Ngee Ann Poly, and then later during my first job, I signed on as a regular in the Air Force.
Oh, so you lepak
I'm a lepak engineer.
Okay. Don't let RSF hear that lah. Okay, then for myself, I'm actually in I did communications in university. Then I moved on to public relations lah. I did both consumer and corporate for a bit. Yeah, so I think with the exception of me and Arjun, I think Angeline, you yourself have a very different reality versus expectations of your first job lah. So maybe you can go a bit in depth about maybe what kind of modules you studied for your school, and then what your day-to-day looks like in your healthcare industry now.
Okay, so back in school, quite a while back. Back in school, not that I'm very old, but back in school, it was a lot about like presentations, reports, a lot of group work. So for example, campaigns, right? We're supposed to come out with marketing campaigns for a certain product or a certain I can't really remember, but probably product or brand or something like that. So a lot about campaigns, advertising, a lot of all this creativity involved, right? So if you were to ask me, what would be my expectations for probably my job? I mean, I didn't think about it too much back then when I was schooling, but probably it would be something like, like a office job, desk bound, doing all these campaigns, marketing communications, sort of things, 9 to 5 job. But comparing to whatever that I'm doing now, it's very different, right? As a salesperson, I would say my job is not it's not like a 9 to 5. You step into the office and then you face the computer kind of thing. We have to be on the field a lot, and when I say on the field, it means in the operating theater.
Wow.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
okay.
So from a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis, that is if I have business lah. It will be like in the operating theater, right? We'll be there to support cases. So support cases means like I'll be there during the surgery to support the surgeon and the nurses in terms of my instrumentations and implants offerings.
Wow.
This is an example of a day-to-day. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Have you seen a lot of blood already?
Actually, people always think that in the during the surgery it's like very bloody, very disgusting.
yeah.
But I would say, no lah, it's actually it's alright lah. Unless maybe if it's a trauma case, I don't know, maybe it's a bit more messy. But otherwise, it's a very clean environment.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So which is the cleanest hospital you've been in? Okay. Kidding, okay, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
How about which is the best surgeon?
Okay. Let us not go there, lah, right? So okay, I think that brings us to a more sensitive topic, lah. So feel free to disclose at your convenience, lah. But I think reality by expectations, fresh grads always ask, what's my starting pay? What's your starting pay and everything?
Yeah.
So let's say when you were studying, what do you expect your first pay to be? And are you earning currently more than that, or why don't you share experience with us?
I don't remember what was my expectations, but probably looking at a if I'm not wrong, I probably look at a tree when I was applying for a job after I graduated. I think that's a pretty common figure for most fresh grad, right?
Fresh grad always benchmark is 3 somehow if you're not like
you
in
don't
the
want to
hard science.
you don't want to ask for too much depending on the role as well lah. But from my understanding, I know that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that if you are in the advertising or advertising
The communications
companies,
lah,
it's lesser, right? It's somewhat lesser.
Yep.
Most
I think
of the
you
time.
might average a bit lesser lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the ballpark lah, you would
So-
say in the high 2s,
Yeah.
low 3s maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why for me, when I look back at my current job, I would say, the payout is higher than my expectations, but that is also because it is a sales job, right? So definitely you get the incentives, and that's
Your
where you can
commission
accumulate
lah.
more. Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, understand. Yeah, also I think sales job definitely will be one that people will consider when don't have any income ceiling cap lah. They don't have any cap. Yeah. So then what about you, Arjun? As while you're studying in poly, you're doing your aerospace. What do you think that you earn lah? I would say.
Yeah, so for me, as in like, around 2 plus, and then like whether you can get OT, that kind of thing. Cause like, I mean,
Okay.
you get to
OT, yeah.
you get to speak to your, like when you intern, you get to speak to your colleagues and all that, and then you also ballpark lah. You kind of know that, at least for engineering side, you kind of know you after poly you get into a more technician role. So they will tell you it's a lot of the OT. Maybe you get low twos or mid twos, and then you really try to snowball your OT lah to get something more of it. So I was expecting that kind of pay. Like if I was to start working immediately from after graduating poly lor. And then like I think going into what I got as a regular at ISF, I mean it's it's on their website and everything. There's a sign-on bonus 20,000, and like you start around mid two. So the force tries to be competitive, and then they raise your
Of
pay
course.
here and there. and then but like 就 because taxpayer money also mah, so like you know like they cannot like overpay you to like a gross extent. It's like
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, it's reasonable, and that's what I got lah. I would say like just slightly above the market rate, but you cannot OT yeah.
So expectation match reality lah.
Yeah, kind of
Okay
match
lah.
slightly
Okay,
above I would
okay.
say yeah.
Yeah, so
And
for
then
my
yourself, yeah.
case, I think I kind of expected comms major wouldn't earn too much lah. You know, you're the ballpark of the twos to your threes and all that. And I pretty much got that. You know, in both companies I work for, yeah, I got around that figure lah, and it was definitely, you know, it's comfortable lah as a fresh grad. You know, you don't have too many responsibilities. Yeah, so is a comfortable amount lah. Yeah, so I think with great money comes great responsibility lah. And I think as young adults, once we get money, it becomes I think it almost, as Asians especially, it almost becomes ingrained in us that we have to give back to the family. I don't say it's right or wrong lah, but you know, what are your thoughts on you know, have you all started giving back to the family? If so, has that changed the family dynamics in any way? So maybe you can start with Angeline.
Yeah, sure. So I think yes. But to be fair, I feel that prior to embarking on a full-time career, I already sort of try to contribute to the family. So I think it's a progressive thing. Just that probably now with this full-time job, it's easier to
Give
give
more
a consistent amount.
You make it rain in the household.
No lah, no lah. But yeah, I think probably I will feel like I think a sense of responsibility developed from there.
Definitely
To not just, maybe I think it's beyond like household contributions, but also maybe bringing them out for like good food and just contributing a little bit more. So yeah, maybe in terms of paying off, let's say meals, maybe used to be my dad, but maybe now I can just be the one to offer to pay, for example. Yeah.
Oh, there's some big wallet energy right there. Okay, very nice, very nice. Yeah. So, what about yourself, Arjun?
Yeah. So for myself, the bills, you take, you just naturally, like
Right.
they just expect kind of it, like
They expect.
It's a
as in like
silent
it's a
expectation.
kind of
They never
like
say anything,
yeah,
but
they never
like
really say anything, but sometimes they hint, hey, wow, this month the electricity bill a bit high.
they
Is
slip it under your
it?
door and then say like Arjun,
Yeah.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
lah, Arjun.
yeah, and yeah lah, and also like the responsibility of working as well, and then you kind of just like, actually, like for my parents, like, can I just pay the my own phone bills or whatever, and then you just slowly pick up all these costs lor, and then like I would say like about like the family dynamics thing, that it like becomes different also because when you're young, definitely like your parents wouldn't open up to you about money matters or what most of
Oh
the
yeah,
times, right?
definitely.
Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
mean, when they realize that okay, like he's like I'm earning money, then like they're more comfortable to speak to me about these kind of things also, because maybe like they feel that okay, like he understands like how hard money is to earn, that kind of thing, and
Yeah.
and he's able to
Definitely.
give
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
the
Great point. Great point.
yeah. So like I'll say the relationship with my parents and improved, and even just like with my siblings who like started contributing earlier, and later when we are like
Oh.
on the same field, I mean on level playing field, then it's just we are more relatable and all that as well. So yeah lah, I would say family dynamics got better, but yeah lah, outgoing money got more also. And then yeah, but it's a like you feel good about it. It's a good problem to have,
Right,
kind
right,
of,
right.
as long as your income is
Stable
consistent.
enough lah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Then how about yourself?
So, I think they actually didn't note on that point about improved family dynamics, but I can say for sure, definitely, I do feel it also. When as you become, I wouldn't say you are equal standing, but at the same time, you are a contributing member of this family unit lah, and you have a say, and everyone it's like a whole different energy there,
Correct.
a whole different vibe lah, that you're now 长大了 lah in Chinese, sorry to speak Chinese, but 长大了 then you're more
Arjun can understand.
independent.
Hey.
Uh, yeah, so yeah, I'm happy to say that yeah, I do notice my family's relationship did improve. But I sort of like thought, I would just pay my phone bills and all. But then after that, I started taking on more responsibility. I give money back to my parents, pay for my insurance, pay for my phone bills. Then because I'm more conscious of money also, I'm a lot more active in saving energy at home. I would like last time I don't care so much about turning off the lights or like
Oh,
how to save energy. Yeah. Now I
okay.
like when money leaves me it hurts. It
Yeah.
physically hurts. So I'm like, okay, I need to wake up
Oh.
my idea a bit.
Mm.
Yeah, you money helped a lot lah
Yeah.
in I guess knocking some sense into me. When I was a kid, I don't know anything. I turn on all the lights lah, leave the water running. Okay, I didn't really do that
I
lah,
still
but
do that. I still do that. Oh
okay.
shit! I need to wake
Okay.
up my idea.
Yeah, okay, that's big wallet energy right there lah. So sometimes people when you can afford to pay, then you just let your water run. Like,
We can identify the pay grade here through this.
yeah. So I think yeah, we can see that having our first job, stepping into society as young adults has really, I guess, taken a well, it's stressful, definitely, no doubt. I think can tell we're all a bit stressed from working, but it has
Yeah.
also improved different areas of our lives lah.
Yeah.
I think we can say that. So yeah, I think with that, thank you, Angeline, so much for coming on board with us.
Yeah.
Really appreciated your time, your insight, and yeah, maybe we can catch up with coffee after this phase two heightened alert is done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
One
with
one
that,
last one last actually
oh yes.
yeah, just before we end everything out, actually very curious, as in like, when you were bringing up the point of like the expected salary of it, was any of it actually like, as in, sorry to like, drag this on, but like, was any of it, based a bit on of like what your parents were drawing? I just very curious, cause like for myself, right,
Oh.
like when I was like thinking about the pay, and then when like the colleagues at my at the place I was interning was telling me, oh, you can get like 2K plus, and then for me it was like, wow, 2K plus is like quite a bit of money, because like, my parents were like earning like maybe high twos into 3K plus, and that was like after quite a few years of working ma. So to me that was like, wow, if I can get that kind of money from the get go, that's actually decent. Like, were you all the the initial ballparks or like expectation of like, to expect 3K because like, I have a degree and all that, was part of it because of how much your household brought in, or like you're just like,
Okay.
really
First
cause
of
of market?
all, is Arjun's fault. He go off script. So sorry for the extended cut. But in any case, I think for myself, no, because I actually really didn't know how much my parents earn, and I never really asked. But how I base it was actually from newspaper reports. There's always the article, annual report. How much should someone of your industry expect to earn? Yeah, that's where I usually got my numbers from lah. And yeah.
Oh,
I
actually.
see. I think yeah, pretty interesting point. For me, I didn't really base it off my parents because I believe in looking at the industry and looking at the like my peers. So it's a lot about this having discussions with my peers to know that, like, okay, after graduating as a degree holder, what would be the expected salary, and in this industry, what is the expected payout and stuff. So I felt that as long as it was above my expectation, I was like satisfied, because I felt that it's not easy to get a job, and
Yep.
True.
times are different lah. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, definitely lah, definitely. Yeah, lor.
So I think
So yeah.
like, as in, back to that point, sorry, as in,
Yeah.
the peers that y'all hang around with is like, it's also very important lah, like how you
Yeah.
get your information
True.
Correct.
regarding the pay and all that. Yeah, so yeah, I think that was because like that bugged me a bit, for like, as in like, how much is the point that we are able to so called settle for our pay? Because I think that's one thing that regarding expectation and reality of our jobs as we come into it, is like, different people expect different amount of pay, and then like that's why
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
you will
definitely.
leave opportunities on the table or what. It's because like sometimes it doesn't meet the expectations ma. So
Yeah.
where you
Correct.
get that expectation, all that from, I think it's very important also.
Correct.
Yeah,
No, first of all,
and make,
definitely.
yeah lor, and then to make sure that it correlates with the lifestyle that you can accept lor after that.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
Great points. Yeah. So,
So
right, thanks Arjun for bringing out a really good
Mm.
point that I think whoever's listening might actually really consider lah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with that, I think thanks again, Angeline, for coming on board with us. Hope to see you soon. Take care
Yes.
during these very troubling times. Yeah.
Yes.
It
So
is.
stay safe. All right. Take care, everybody. All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.